well, I'm Jordi Baylina. I've been in the space mainly since the last 3 years. I started, as I would say that as many of the people, just discovering at some point and get it absolutely sick, just investigating and, just getting as much time as we can, just investigating at that time. And there was a point that I was involved very much in the DAO. It was a very cool project. It was for me, that was something very interesting because it was this amazing technical stuff when you connect to all this social stuff. So I was just learning on there, just starting to collaborate in the community and all that stuff. I learned Solidity at that point, and at that point also when the DAO hack, I became also one of the white hats hackers. So and from that day, my life changed a lot at all, and I could say that from that day I'm part of the community.
Awesome, yeah.
So that's my way to getting deep. So it's a very cool, very strange way, but that's a very interesting way also to become a part of the community.
Yeah. So today you gave a talk on the ERC 777 standard. Do you want to quickly go over what's going on with that?
Yeah, well, mainly 777 is, I would say, a normal evolution of the ERC 20. It's it's a standard that wants to solve all the main problems that have ERC 20, plus a bunch of extension functionality where a full ecosystem for the token can be built in a better way. So we proposed that. There are some similar standards. We didn't like very much how they were evolving, and I decided that was something that the community really was really needed. So I started pushing it. I have also a couple of persons more, Jax and Tom, that helped me a lot on that, on writing and building the reference implementation on that. And we have been working a lot on that standard, talking with many people, putting everything together, finding the right names for that, putting all the documentation together. And we are very much in the last phase of considering this standard as approved. But that's a very cool thing. It's a very good thing.
That's actually really exciting to hear. Okay, so at Chronological, we're working on the Ethereum alarm clock, which lets you schedule transactions to be executed in the future. Do you know of any interesting use cases for this?
Oh man, a lot. I remember when just very much in the beginning, I was writing before the DAO hack. I was writing a liquid democracy model for the DAO. Actually, after the hack, it just very legacy code, but it's in there. But I was looking for something like that because liquid democracy, the way it works is that you vote, and the delegate has the last chance. So the delegate can vote for you, and you have the last chance. But the delegate has to send the voting at some point. So we needed some service like that guarantees, or at least give a little bit of warranty that the vote was sent very much at the end, but it must be sent. So I was just checking, and I actually went to your project. I finally didn't use it because the timing we're working with with the blocks. So, and all the voting system we're working with time. That's a natural way to work. So I end up using Oracleites, which is a centralized solution. So it's not a good solution. But I would love to use. I was analyzing a lot the project, and as far as I know, I think that you already changed that, fixed that. So probably, if I know I had to do that code again, clearly at least we take a look at that code again.
Definitely, yeah. So actually, Piper Merriam is the original creator of the alarm clock, and we kind of just adopted the project and got it working again from where it was at, and we've been building a dApp on it, and we're super excited to see some integration there.
Yeah, but there are so many applications. Automatic payment, for example, in the ERC 777 that we presented, we had this. One of the possible operators is this time basis payment. For example, when you have a magazine subscription that you have to regular payments and so on. Of course, this adapts very much because you can authorize a smart contract to do these automatic payments, and instead of having someone to just push the button and create that, you can create use your Oracle. So that's I think it's a very normal example of the usability of these. But any application, especially some applications that goes beyond just paying somebody else, just doing some dev application, it's a service that's really needed. And the way that you approach the project, this decentralized way with incentivation way, it's I think it's the way to go. So it's a cool project.
Awesome, great to hear. So is there anything in the future of Ethereum that you're really excited about?
Well, so many things in Ethereum. I'm excited. Yeah, I would say that there is this technological evolution, which is absolutely exciting. All this scalability, all this proof of stake, all the plasma, all the side chains, all the state channels. There are so many projects, so interesting projects that will happen in the near future. That's very excitement from the technical perspective. But I'm even more excited when Ethereum goes to the mainstream, to go to the society. Mm-hmm. That would be probably the last goal. At the end, if we are working so hard, it's not because we like the technology. That's true. We love the technology, but because we want this technology to be useful and to add this value to the society. And I think that bringing the decentralization to the society, bringing this tool that can enable decentralization to society, this is great. This is the life project. This is the one that really moves to push forward on this technology.
Awesome. And if viewers want to follow you, find out more about you, about your projects, how can they do that?
Well, I'm just pushing many projects. Mainly what I'm looking for is just seeing what's needed, and I'm just pushing many of those projects. I'm doing through lots of those projects. I'm doing through the Giveth platform, but there are projects that are necessary, I would say, from a block explorer for sidechains. That's something that's very needed. Yeah. Continuing, we are with this dub node project. Dub node is a kind of a node where you can run decentralization applications and that everybody can run and connects that decentralized world with the normal world. At the end, that's a project that I'm pushing. I'm very excited on that because we are explaining that and people love it. Yeah. And I think, well, this is what it really, I believe this is what will substitute the centralized infrastructure. So all the Azure, Amazon Web Services, Google's decentralized infrastructure. I think that we will see a lot of dub nodes on the globe that will replace the centralized infrastructure. So that's the vision. Maybe the best approach would be that each client device, but the client devices are not prepared for that. So having a small server, a dub node in your home, and building and connect all those nodes with decentralized tools, and you can connect with a VPN to that dub node that connects to the distributed web and to distributed dApps on that. I think that's a cool project. I'm pushing it. That's one of the projects that I'm pushing on that. But many. It's like identities is something that's very interesting. That's going to happen. A lot of very interesting projects that
awesome.
We are working on that.
Great. Very exciting stuff. Thank you, Jordi.
You are welcome.